Welcome to Our Highest Work, a podcast where we are gathering and sharing the best ideas and resources for spiritually based business success, and where we are gathering a global community of wise and loving mutual support. My name is George Cow, and in today's episode, I'm excited to share with you what I consider to be a business owner's paradise. Because using this tool that I'm going to show you, you can get any kind of help you need for your business at affordable prices, prices that I'm going to be quite sure that you can afford as well, no matter what your budget is and how small your business is. Whether you need help with writing attractive marketing on your website, designing your website, designing your logo, technology to create a better website or create a better business, getting administrative tasks done, doing internet research, doing marketing outreach, whatever it is that can be done virtually, you can get help that's affordable to your budget, as long as you have, let's say, even just $100 to start to create your business. You can get that kind of help. So I'm excited to show this to you. It's really been a life-changing tool for my business, and so let's get going. Now, the quote I want to share with you to begin this episode is from Andrew Carnegie, and he said, "No person will make a great business who wants to do it all himself or get all the credit." So Andrew Carnegie, being a massive business success, knew how to delegate, how to give tasks to other people who are better than him at doing certain things, and also how to share credit with other people. You know, that's partnership. That's something we talk about in other episodes. But let's get going on the content. And basically what I'm going to be doing is sharing with you my computer screen and showing you how I do how I use this tool called Odesk. Now, I have used many different, well, probably 5 or 6 different websites for hiring people, including Elance, Odesk, Guru.com, Freelancer.com, TaskRabbit, Craigslist, Fiverr.com, and probably others, but those are the ones that I can recall anyway. And when you, my favorite of all of those is Odesk.com. I think it's fun to use, it's easy to use, and there are, I think, hundreds of thousands of people on Odesk ready to serve your business needs at affordable prices. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen with you. And for those of you who are just listening, I'm going to try to speak out everything so you can follow along even if you're just listening. But I do encourage you to try to watch the video later if you can. And the video can be found at www.ourhighestwork.com/54. That's 54. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Odesk now, and it's getting a little tricky for me because I'm going to be looking at my notes for what I wanted to teach you, as well as doing the screen. But the first thing you do on Odesk, well, first of all, you got to sign up for an account, and it's free, and the website to go to is odesk.com. So I'm already logged into my account, that's why you see these things. But before you post a job, I recommend that you first search for freelancers about the thing that you want to do. So for example, and the reason why you do this, so again, the first thing to do is to search, before posting a job, search for freelancers about what you want to do. The other thing that's possible, actually, maybe even smarter, I realize, is to search for jobs about what you're looking for. So yeah, actually, I'm already modifying my notes here. But so the first thing you do, log into Odesk, and on the upper right-hand side, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so I can see the whole thing. Okay. So log into Odesk, and on the upper right-hand side, where there's a search box, it says freelancers. Click on freelancers and search jobs. So for example, let's say you need help with marketing your business, okay, or sales, okay, marketing and sales. So I'm just going to type in, and yeah, I'm just going to type in marketing, because what we're trying to do here, and press enter, what we're going to do here is when we're looking for good people for the work that we're trying to do, we're trying to figure out what to ask for. And so when we look for jobs or look for freelancers, we start to learn what it is that we really want, and we may even want to duplicate someone else's job posting or copy some of it. So it's a social media. Okay, so now we know that, all right, social media is important to marketing for some people. Now that's something we learn. Further down, tired bidding. Okay, this looks like this looks a little bit spammy, so I'm going to keep going. Email marketing and CRM instruction for realtors. Oh, so now we learn that you can be more specific. Instead of just posting, I need help with marketing, you can be specific about what type of business you are, you see. So realtors, this person's a realtor. And email marketing, oh, what does that mean? And CRM, what does that mean? So as you read more, you may find that you are interested in learning about some of these terms so that you know what to ask for. And so one way I want to show you of figuring out what a term means. So if you don't know what email marketing means, for example, you can just go to google.com. Just go to google.com and search this. Search what is, and then paste in what or type in whatever it is, but put it in quotes. What is quote email marketing unquote question mark? Okay, and then as you do this, Google will, after you look at the ads on Google, scroll down past the ads, Google will actually give you oftentimes a definition for what it is. Isn't that great? And then of course you can scroll down and read some more articles on what those things are. So you can learn a lot just by Googling terms that you find in the job postings on Odesk. So okay, so that anyway, that's an example of what to do here. The other thing is, okay, let's go and actually let's go ahead and post a job now. Okay, and so we learned about email marketing, and let's just say that I'm going to post a job to find someone to help me with email marketing. Okay, so I'm just going to click on post a job. Okay. Okay, and then when I click on post a job here, I'm going to be asked to select a category and a subcategory. So under category, just do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of try out a category and look at what the subcategories are that are available. The way you look at subcategories is first you pick a category. I'm going to pick sales and marketing as the main category, and then once you pick a category, you are allowed to select from subcategories. So I'm going to choose on the drop-down menu next to sales and marketing, and I'm going to find the subcategories here. So even in the subcategories, you're going to learn a lot about the different terms, and you may want to Google what is, and in quotes, these things, and see what Google tells you for these different things. But look, email marketing is already one of those subcategories, so I'm going to click on that. Okay, and then the next thing I've got to do is give my job posting a title, and make the title interesting. Okay, you are writing a free advertisement for someone to apply to your job, and you've got to make it interesting sounding. So what can well, it's just like writing any other headline. If you want to learn how to write better headlines, you can go to google.com and search 25 headline tips. Okay, search 25 headline tips, and there's an article called 25 Scientifically Proven Ways to Write Better Headlines, and I like that article, so you might want to try that one. But back to our job posting. I'm just going to give it a job posting, and as you can see, I clicked on this, and it showed me my previous job postings that I typed in. And so, well, I'm just going to start a job posting and say, handle email marketing for a spiritual business coach. Okay, do inspiring email marketing for spiritual business coach. You see, so I made the headline a bit more interesting. I qualified who I am, so it's not just a job for any other business, but I'm looking for someone who can maybe relate to that. And also, I'll put in my job title, opportunity for long-term work, if that's true. Okay, if that's true, and in this case, if I were doing that, if that's true, I would put that. And then describing the work to be done. you want to be as detailed as you can and put your put the questions in here you want people to answer. These are called screening questions. And screening questions are things like, you know, I would love to know if you have any questions about my job posting. Okay, so describe the work to be done. I'm not going to do it right now because the time is short on this episode, but I would say things like, what is the state of my business that I need such services? Okay. What is my goal with this service? What is my ideal skill? What is my ideal candidate like? Okay, you might want to say that, you know, they love a particular topic that you teach, or they're at least interested in it. You know, don't be too what do you call it? Don't be too granular in your requirements in your job posting, because you may get too few people. You know, you might want to try it out. If you're too broad in your job posting, you're going to get lots and lots of job applicants that are not very specifically qualified to do what you do. If that's the case, next you can edit your post and be more specific. You know, so test it out, right? What's my ideal candidate like? You might also want to say, what is the deadline? What are various milestones, if you can think of any? Now, if you don't know what the milestones are, you may want to ask the question, what do you think the milestones are for this job? The metrics are to measure success. Milestones or metrics, right? Oh, actually, those are two separate questions. What are the key metrics you want to track, right? You know, any other requirements, any other, you know, and they've given you some suggestions here on the right-hand side. Things like, what do you think a successful engagement in this job posting will look like for you? What skills are needed to do the job well? If you have specific tools you want them to use, for example, I use MailChimp.com for my email marketing, so I might say the ideal candidate needs to know MailChimp.com, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so just answer these types of questions, and then that'll be a good job posting. And of course, you can also search and look at other job postings. Remember, I showed you how to do that, and actually click through and look at the job postings to get some more ideas of what you might want to say. Now, the skills that are needed, this area is important. The more you can put here that are relevant, the more people will be able to find your job posting and have the chance to apply. So, for example, with my email marketing, I might want someone who's good at internet research. Why not? So they can research my niche mates and see how they're doing their email marketing, right? Social media marketing, why not? Marketing strategy, sure. You know, so just be broad. You know, just be broad in what kind of skills you're looking for, and email marketing for sure. I put in there, and Odesk will, of course, suggest to you what some skills you might want to click on are. Now, you don't want to be too, SEO backlinking. That's not really related to email marketing. So just don't go crazy and put a bunch of different skills, because otherwise job applicants might be really confused that you actually require all these things. But do put the relevant ones in. And if you start typing in, start typing it in, Odesk will give you a bunch of suggestions on what you're looking for. You can scroll down and look at all the suggestions. So I started typing in the word marketing, and there's a bunch of suggestions like freelance marketing, inbound marketing, Twitter marketing. If you don't know what these things mean, again, you can go to google.com and search what is, and in quotes, inbound marketing, unquote, question mark, and you'll get some good answers to that. So, for example, what is inbound, what is inbound marketing? I put it in quotes just to give better results in question mark, and again, it'll give me definitions, okay? Right there. All right, well, let's keep going. How would you like to pay? I recommend paying by the hour. So especially if you are, budget conscious, this will allow you to just ask the freelancer, say, hey, you know what, go and work for 2 hours and then show me what you've got so that I know what to give you next. So just do it by the hour. And that's one of the wonderful things about Odesk, is you don't need to hire someone full-time or even hire someone part-time. You can hire people by the hour. And then if it's 1 hour and they really aren't doing a good job, you can let them go, and letting them go on Odesk is very easy and very normal. It's not like firing someone in the real world where it's kind of painful experience. On Odesk, people are used to working for an hour at a time. So that's one of the great things about it. So pay by the hour, estimated duration. It's really up to you. If you really think you might work with someone for more than 6 months, please put that down, because people are going to want to work long term rather than just do a very short contract if possible. But just be honest, okay? Be honest with what you really think the project is going to be. So if you're not sure, you might want to just put 1 to 3 months. Okay, that's a good kind of middle ground there. Estimated workload. Be honest here. I usually put as needed, unless I really think it's a big job and then it's part-time. Okay. Okay, desired experience level, I recommend putting intermediate, because that's if you're not sure. If you're really budget conscious, if you're only going to hire people the cheapest possible, then put entry level. Okay, but if you're not sure, put intermediate. If you have a big budget and you only want to look at the most advanced, experienced people, obviously put the expert button instead. And then I would say give my job maximum exposure. People can find it on Google. I usually do this, but if you're finding yourself getting a lot of spam applicants over time, then you might, for the next job, you might want to say only Odesk users can find this job, or even people I have personally invited can find this job. I'll show you how to personally invite people next. Number of hires. I want to hire 1 freelancer. I want to hire more than 1. Now, what I like to do is I like to try more than 1 person. Now, actually, I really should clarify. What this really means is hiring someone, hiring a team to do this project. So if you want 2 people to do email marketing for you, then you want to hire more than 1 person. But if you really just want to hire 1, just keep it to 1 person. Okay? Attaching a document is optional. I've never really done that yet, so let's keep going. Preferred qualifications. If I click on the Add Qualifications button, it'll give me some options here. I like to, for the freelancer type, I like to select independent. I like to work with independents because I'm dealing directly with the freelancer, which means that there's no agency in the middle taking a cut. I like to manage people personally. If you don't like to manage people, then you want to choose agency. Okay? Minimum feedback score. Given that this is your first time on Odesk, I would recommend that you choose at least 4.5. But I have had actually really good luck with people who are brand new on Odesk, because people who are brand new on Odesk, oftentimes they want their first couple of jobs to be done really, really well, so people can give them a great feedback, right? So, but if you're new, I would say just try people who are great first. But if you don't care, then you would say any score. Okay, so it's 4.5. Hours billed on Odesk. Again, if you're brand new, you might want to pick someone who has a lot of experience working with employers on Odesk. You might want to put at least 100 hours. I think that's good sort of a good middle point there. Location, I really don't think it matters unless time zone really, really matters to you. I say any location. Most jobs, it doesn't matter what time zone they're in. They can usually find a way to talk to you in your time zone. Really, I found that to be true. English level, their own. I usually put fluent or native, but it's really up to you. I think fluent is fine. Definitely require a cover letter. And then the screening questions. Okay, this is really important. You want to put, and you can choose your own screening questions. So what I usually do is X out the ones that they suggest. Okay, so I can kind of start with a blank template, and I can click on Add a Question, and it says Select from Suggested Questions or Create My Own. And if you click on Select from Suggested Questions, they have some great suggested questions for you. Okay, and you can select whichever ones you want. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now. Or you can click on Add a Question and click on Create My Own Question. And then it'll allow you click on here to start writing your own question. And I know that the episode is getting to a close here, but I will put in the episode notes my suggested screening questions. Okay, and I have a mind map for you that has more on screening questions. What I do recommend is you put a couple down. I'm just gonna, I'm just typing whatever right now, just so I can show you how this works. I click on Add Another Question, create my own question, and you can add another one. Now the problem is you can't really reorder them, so I'm just going to put a couple here. So if you want to reorder them, then you just have to say, oh, I want this one last, really. So I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to enter this. I really want this one first, so I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to remove the spacing. So you just have to kind of do that yourself, or and then you click post a job, and then you just go through with the actual posting. It's very simple after this. But time is running short on this episode, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to find people to invite to your posting. Okay, this is important as well. Okay, so I'm not going to go ahead and post this, but I'm going to find freelancers to invite. So let's go ahead and, since we're talking about email marketing, for example, here, I'm going to type in email marketing up here, upper right, where it says freelancers. Now, be sure to post your job, okay? Don't just, or save the draft at the very least by clicking on these buttons. Otherwise, you'll lose it. So be sure to post a job and go through with it, or click Save Draft. Okay. All right. So go ahead and upper right here. Once you posted your job or saved the draft, and it's important for you to post the job first, because remember, first step I said earlier was look at other job postings so you can learn what to ask for, and then the second step is to post a job, and then the third step, or save the draft, either way. I would say post the job is really the second step. The third step is to look for freelancers to invite to your job. Oh, one more thing I forgot to say, really, really important. Whatever screening questions you put here, also put those in your cover letter. Because when you invite people on Odesk to apply to your job, they won't be able to see your screening questions in the screening questions section. I don't know why, but Odesk will not let them see this. So you will also want to, the reason why we put these here is because when people apply to your job, they can easily answer questions using the screening questions tool. And that's the first things you're going to see when they apply to your job, is their answers to your screening questions. But for the people you invite to apply, they won't see the screening questions. So you have to also add the screening questions to your job description area. I'll say please answer these screening questions when you apply, and then paste them in so that the people you invite can see them and answer them as well. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and let's search freelancers, email marketing, and I'm going to press enter. Okay, and okay, I'm going to click on leave this page because I haven't actually saved this page. That's why the browser is asking me whether I want to stay on this page. Okay, I'm going to leave this page. Okay, so here's how I'm going to advise you how to search for people. Okay, so first of all, when I search email marketing, there are 180,000 freelancers on Odesk with that keyword in their profile somewhere. Okay, so what I recommend that you do is once you really know what you're looking for, then first thing to do is click on Advanced Search. Click on Advanced Search. And for the skills, you can either skills search is a good one to do. So email marketing. Okay, they already have an actual skill. You have to type in what you're thinking about and then choose one of their suggestions, because Odesk will not, in the skills search, Odesk will not let you put anything you want. You have to put something that's already in the system. So I'm going to click on email marketing and I'm going to click search. Okay, now this is just giving me 17,000 freelancers with that particular skill that they have put specifically in their profile. Now, if you want to get even more specific, okay, if you want to get even more specific and filter this down even more, you can go back to advanced search and put that you want email marketing in their title of their profile as well, so that this is someone who is really specializing in this. Okay, click search. I'm just giving you options for what you can do. Now I'm down to about 5,000 freelancers. All right, so now the cool thing is you can further filter on the left-hand side. Okay, and what I recommend doing is you might want to play around with the categories filter, but I usually have, I play around with that if you want, but I usually go to the feedback filter. So again, if you're brand new, you'll want to find people who are top-notch. So click on 4.5 to 5 stars. Okay, again, like I said, I've had really, really good results with people who have no feedback as well, because they're really eager to do a great first job. But anyway, 4.5 to 5 stars. Okay, the second thing I really recommend is you find someone that you can afford, someone per hour that you can afford. Now, okay, this is important. If it may be that someone who is charging you $100 plus an hour does such a fast job that they do a better job of someone who's doing $10 an hour. But just to be safe, first try out. So if you're new to outsourcing and freelance hiring, try out someone who is cheaper first. So you're not testing with a lot of money. You're just figuring out how to do all this thing of managing someone on Odesk. Okay, so let's click on this slider for the hourly rate and make it just someone who charges up to $20 an hour. Okay, and then you let go, and now we're looking at just 1,000 freelancers with great ratings, charging $20 an hour, and then you can click more options on the left for more filters. And again, if you're brand new on Odesk, if you want to get someone who is for sure has billed on Odesk before, then for sure they've gotten some feedback on Odesk from other employers, then click on any hours and click on at least 100 hours billed. Okay. And then now we're down to 500, about 600 freelancers. And then last activity on Odesk. So let's find someone who has been really active on Odesk. We know that they will respond to your job posting. So click on within, or when you invite them. So click on within 2 weeks. Okay. And now you're just down to about 350 freelancers. And then English level, at least fluent. I'm just going to say. Okay. Okay. Now we're down to 350, again, 350. And then I'm just looking for independent freelancers, not agency. So I'm going to uncheck agency here. And then you can even look at the tests. You know, so if you start typing in the what is this area called? Find a different test. If you start typing stuff in, you can then scroll down and find that there's different tests that Odesk has that certain freelancers have taken. So you can play with that if you want, but I'm going to leave that alone for now. And look at this. Now we have 216 freelancers that are really specializing in email marketing. And here's how I really look at these people. I move my mouse and I hover over underneath their profile photo is the number of stars, right? So I move my mouse and hover over under the profile photo at the stars, and it will pop up for me. It will pop up for me how many stars based on how many reviews. And what I'm really looking for is people who with obviously the highest possible and the highest number of reviews possible. But you know, generally above 4.8 is good, is really good, and if they have more than 5 reviews, it's a good thing. So I'm just going to keep going and looking for someone like that. Wow, 4.89 stars, this guy, based on 67 reviews. So this is someone I'm going to pay attention to. And so I'm going to click on more to read more about him. And you could see this person is $15 an hour in Bangladesh. Now let me just give you a sense here. If you're looking at someone in popular places on Odesk, Bangladesh, Philippines, India, okay, those 3 places are really popular. Pakistan is kind of popular as well. In those places, these are third world countries, someone who is charging $5 an hour is making good money there. Seriously, if you just go to Google.com and says what is the average pay, average hourly rate in Bangladesh or whatever, if you Google these things, you'll find out someone who is making $5 an hour is making a decent middle class for their country, middle class income. Assuming they're working full time. Someone who is charging $10 an hour is making excellent money, really excellent, really pro. Or just average money for middle class, upper middle class, part time. Someone who charges $15 an hour is a major expert. Someone who in the U.S. might charge $100, $150, $200 an hour. That's that kind of similarity. So know that you are. And one quick word about outsourcing. I think of it as supporting a developing country. My $15 means almost nothing to someone in the United States, but it means something really big. It really helps someone out and their family out in a developing country. So I like to think of it as my dollars make a big difference there. Okay, so I can click more, and then of course if I want, even this is not their full profile. Just know that this is not their full profile. This is just a summary. If you want to see their full profile, you got to click on their name to see their full profile. Okay. And then once you click on their name, once you click on their name, then you can see what skills they've listed for themselves on their profile. The check marks are the ones that they've taken the test in. And if you hover over the checkmarked skills, you can see that they were, this guy, for example, is top 30% for HTML. test, and he was top 20% for Adobe Photoshop. And top 20, top 30 means overall on Odesk for people who've taken the test. Okay, if you scroll over this will tell you what the skills mean. And then scroll down. Oh, 97% recommended. So you can scroll and see what this means here. Okay. All right. For overview, click on more to read more, and then you can see their work history and feedback. These are the ones that have already given them feedback. What I tend to look for in their feedback is the ones that have earned the most money, the feedback that has given the most money, because sometimes people on Odesk try to game the system by hiring each other for like $5 or $10 and giving each other like great feedback. So look for people who have earned, at least $50, I would say. So, well, fixed price $60. So this guy has, questionable feedback. A fixed price $200. Here we go, and it's got 5-star feedback. Okay, so that's a great example. And so I'll scroll down. I'm going to scroll down and look for more prices. Fixed price $100. Latif is a hard worker. So these are great feedback examples. Actually, if I scroll up here, I might be able to sort by, largest projects. Here we go. This is actually, I didn't realize this. So click on the work history sorting and choose largest projects, and now we can easily see what their the people who are probably the legit employers really said about them. Okay? Okay, now how do you invite them to apply to your job? Well, first, a couple things. You can click on Save as Favorite, and I recommend doing this for just in case you want to look back at this person later. So I will click on Save as Favorite, and I'll click Email Marketer, a great feedback. Okay, and then you might want to say other things if you've noticed specific things in there, and this is all private to you. But I click on Save. Okay. And in the future, if you want to find that person again, you can click on, you go to Odesk, click on Recruit, okay, and then click on Saved Freelancers, and that's how you find the people that you have clicked on Save for, okay. But when you're ready to ask them to apply to your job, you would go to their profile, or even in your Saved Freelancers, click on Contact, and when you contact them, you'll basically be able to send them a message, hi Latif. Looking great work on Odesk so far. Be personal. So far, would you take a look and see if you want to apply to my job? Question mark. That's all you have to say. Something short, and then you get to choose a job that you have already posted. These are some of the words that I posted, jobs that I posted, and then choose a job and then click Send Invitation, and then you just wait for the person to apply to your job. Okay, and then. When you're ready to hire someone, when people have applied to your job, let me show you a couple tips about that. So click on Recruit. Okay. So let's look at my job posting on. I'm hiring someone to write inspirational blog posts based on my content. So I click on the job posting itself that I've already posted, and then instantly Odesk has given me a sort by best match. Okay. Best match is Odesk's own private algorithm on what they think is best for you, but this is something that's tricky. When you're sorting, when you first come into your looking at your freelancers, Odesk only shows you what the people they most highly recommend. They don't show you everyone. Okay, so you've got to also click on Applicant on the right-hand side to see all your applicants. And then you can sort by best match or newest people. So if you check on a regular basis, you want to see who are the newest ones who have applied to your job, then click on newest to see who are the newest people that you haven't yet checked out yet. And when you are looking at applicants, check this out. You would click on more on their little application here. And Odesk instantly shows you their answers to your screening questions. Remember the screening questions I showed you? So Odesk shows you that instantly. And it shows you how many dollars per hour, no feedback. Again, I don't discriminate against someone with no feedback, because I'm always happy to hire them for an hour just to try them out, especially if they're really affordable. Or just to, even before I hire them, I can ask them to do a 15-minute task for me, or a half-an-hour task for me if they're willing, to show me what the kind of work they do, the quality of the work they do. Okay? So don't be afraid to hire someone with no feedback if you first interview them by asking them to do a 15-minute job for you. To say, hey, instead of going on a Skype and interviewing you for 15 or 30 minutes, will you be willing to do a 15-minute job for me or 30-minute job for me to see what kind of quality of work you do? Okay? So anyway, answers to my screening questions, and then I can choose to shortlist this person or click on hide this person. If I hide this person, if I select one of these things, it will actually count against them on Odesk. They won't know that I did that, but it'll kind of do a little mark in their algorithm so that they don't show up as much on Odesk anymore. So just be careful about this. But if someone just be honest basically in why you're hiding them. They won't know you did that, but Odesk will know. And shortlisting means that I'm going to put them into a category so that later on I can come and click on my shortlisted people, so it's easier to see those people when I shortlist them. Okay, so out of all the applicants that I have, and then if you're ready to read their screening questions, if you're ready to read more, be sure to click on View Full Application so that you can see their full feedback. You can see their full feedback. Again, go down to their, well, this guy doesn't have feedback, but you can see more about their application and even any documents that they have shown you, that they have attached for you. And if you're ready to hire them, you click on Hire Now. Or if you're ready to send them a message and ask them to do a task, a job for you, that's what you do there. So anyway, this episode has gone longer than the usual episodes, but I hope this has been helpful for you. And again, you can hire people to do copywriting for you, to write articles based on, if you like to talk instead of write, you can have them listen to your audios and then write articles for you. You can hire someone to write attractive marketing copy for your website, hire someone to do your website, design it graphically, or do the technical parts behind it. You can hire someone to outreach to referral partners for you, or do internet research on who might be great referral partners for you. The sky is the limit, and I have a mind map for you with a lot more information, and this is free. Okay, and in this mind map, I have given you tips on the types of people you might want to outsource, the tips I have for hiring them and how do you hire them, etc. I have tips for managing people once you've hired them. I have tips for keeping great people. I have where you can find affordable people, and Odesk really is my recommendation, but you want other options. I've given you some other options there. So be sure to look at my mind map for some additional oh, and I also said the screening questions, right? Well, I've given you the screening questions here. Okay, screening questions in my mind map are all listed there. So if you have any questions about any of this stuff, I welcome your questions specifically in the Facebook thread about this episode. And you can find the Facebook thread for this episode at www.ourhighestwork.com/54. And as I always say, until our next episode, remember that your business, if you work at it persistently, joyfully, find the joy in your daily work, and I talked about that in one of the previous episodes. Find joy in your daily tasks and work at your business persistently and joyfully, knowing that your destiny is truly secure. You are going to a place, your soul is going to a place of ultimate beauty and love, and your life is being guided and protected more than you know. So until our next episode, I encourage you to keep your thoughts positive and to keep your heart open. Be well.